Yay! And we are live again to wrap up our 30-day Spice Up Manifestation Hot Sauce sessions. And I just want to express my gratitude to everyone who joined, who participated, who played fully in, and know that this is the way we want to direct our energy. Where our attention goes, that's where the energy flows. And the more we are in tune with what we are doing, the more serious we are, the better results we are producing. And today I just wanted to come up and to talk to you about if you have any questions for our Q&A session, just open for the discussion. And I have something special for you at the end. But I did receive a couple of questions that I would like to bring on. And if anybody is going to jump in and have the live questions, I'm happy to address them. As you know, I'm here to support you on your beautiful manifestation journey to show that if you move with the confidence and clarity, that's exactly how you generate the results that you truly desire. Okay, the first question that I received through DM was, how do I manifest more financial stability when I feel overwhelmed by my bills and expenses? Great, great question. And I'm sure a lot of people are facing that. And this question is going to resonate with many. First of all, just check your thoughts. Remember, our thoughts, our words, our actions, everything is energy. So we become more and more aware and we become more conscious what we are having in our heads. So the idea is when we work with the conscious manifestation, we always repattern the words and the thoughts and the actions that are not in the harmony with what we want to create. And if we want to be more abundant, more financially free, that's the first step that we are taking. Check our thinking, right? So a lot of times people are worrying, let's say you have a particular day when you are putting these bills and when you have to pay them. What I suggest people to do, just focus on something good, right? Focus on the things that you have control of, and everything else is going to pull into the place, come into the place. But the idea is, if we every morning wake up with the worries and thinking, okay, I do not have enough money on my bank account, how am I going to handle these bills and these expenses? The thing is that just worrying about it, it's going to create more of that energy, and the universe is going to deliver more of the situation and more of the circumstances where you feel that you cannot handle your bills, you cannot handle your expenses. So what is the best strategy to deal with that? What is the best practice that I always suggest? Focus on something you can control and manage. For instance, just be in that energy. How can I be a better person today? How can I help somebody? How can I do things that I'm in control of? And when the time comes to pay the bills, that would be the time when you deal and face the issue. Do not make it your everyday worry. Because again, just by worrying, just by stressing ourselves up, we are not helping to resolve that situation. We are actually putting more stress on it, right? And we are inviting more and more of these circumstances that are proof that we cannot keep up with the bills. And again, just stay in the presence of gratitude. Each time when you are paying, let's say, your electric bill, just say, I'm grateful for the light, for the electricity, or for that AC that helps me to stay cool during the summer. If you're paying for the water, I'm grateful for the water because I have it and I can take the shower, I can drink it. Come from the place of abundance, because remember, it's all our limited beliefs, all our paradigms are going to show up, and also how we were raised, right? And we want to repattern that scarcity mindset, knowing that the universe is abundant. and there is a lot of abundance. And if we are going to keep our corner of our mind open for the possibilities, these possibilities are going to show up. Again, I can't promise that they are going to show up tomorrow, but the more you will shift your focus on something what you can control rather than trying to make the favor of any outside circumstances, that's exactly how we are dealing on day to day things. Affirmations would be amazing, right? I am abundant. I am financially blessed. I receive money all the time when I want. I am a great friend of money. So just keep repeating something in that nature. You can come up with your own affirmations, but it's all about to say them repetitively in front of the mirror. The more you say them, the more calmness you're going to have, and the more you feel that confident that everything is working out for your highest good. So start with the affirmation, then visualize that you just easily pay all your bills and you have the surplus on your account. The more you're going to connect with that energy, the more you'll see how things are going to shift for you. Remember, we want to dissolve any problems. We do not want to continuously working on solving them, where we have this energy of resistance, where we are constantly that feeling tight right in our body. Just allow things to flow through you, and you'll see how the opportunities are going to come your way. The next question that was common was, how do I manifest more time for myself when my daily schedule is packed with responsibilities? Great question. We all have 24 hours a day. And what really works for me is to have the calendar. And on the calendar, the first things that I would mark would be the self care. Because remember, if we are not setting up 20, 30 minutes a day just for ourselves, just to bring that energy for ourselves, just to rejuvenate, we cannot feel whatever coming our way. So if we cannot fill our cup, there is nothing can be done. First things that go on each day of your calendar is going to be self-care, and whatever it is for you, right? Maybe meditation, practice of meditation, maybe journaling, saying affirmations, visualization, connecting to your energetical being, whatever it is for you, just practice and do it, right? So, the most important thing, then put on your calendar what are the priorities. Again, if you feel overwhelmed with a lot of tasks that you have, just list three most tasks that you have to do for the day, right? Because our energy loves the completion. And if we have gazillion of things to do and we kind of just spread our energy thin, trying to handle everything, and at the end of the day, we feel dissatisfied, we feel defeated, we feel stressed out because nothing got accomplished. For that, you want to have three tasks that you know that you gotta do for the day. And I promise at the end of the day, you're gonna feel great because you accomplished something. So, time management is important, and there are different tools that you can use in order to manage it. And again, say to yourself that I can handle everything what comes my way. I do have the free time, and I know sometimes it might sound silly, but the more you're going to have these conversations with yourself, you'll see how you open the energy for allowing these circumstances to come into your favor. Calendar is great, Google Calendar or whatever you are using, and make sure you put something for the self care first, and then everything else goes on that calendar. Another question was, can I manifest better health when dealing with a chronic condition or illness? Great question. And the answer is keep doing what you're doing with the doctors, but add some energetic practices. Because remember, we can heal our body has the capacity to heal itself. It's all about directing our energy. It's all about believing, having the faith that everything is going to work out, doing the affirmation, doing visualization, see yourself vibrant and energetic and healthy. Write down how are you going to show up if everything works out for you, if you're not going to have that illness. How would you act? What would you do? How would you feel, right? So it's all about connecting and understand how we all can write our own stories. And again, we are not attach ourselves to the outcome, when it's going to show up, how it's going to show up. It's not our job to know how. Our job is to know what we want and why we want it, and everything else is going to fall into the place. Another question is, why am I not manifesting what I want, even though I'm doing everything right? And I'm sure there are a lot of people who are going to be watching that and going to nod their head saying, okay, I feel the same way, right? So just because something doesn't show up in the physical yet to show the evidence, you direct your energy to see the evidence, right? So every morning you wake up with that sense that you are on the right track, everything is working. There is something already going there on the energetic plane. And even though you cannot see it, it doesn't mean that it's not showing up, and eventually it's going to come to the physical plane. Remember, yesterday I was sharing the story about the bamboo tree. Just always remind yourself, bamboo tree takes time to grow. And the first 4 years, it just grows 1 inch each year. And then on the year fifth, it's going to come out as 80-foot tree. And it's not because it was not growing. It's just something we could not see because under the ground, that tree needed the time to have these, to grow these strong roots in order to hold the trunk, right? So the same thing, when we are doing something, do not keep yourself attached, but just to know that you are on the right track. Start experimenting with manifesting. Starts with something simple as, I want to manifest a free cup of coffee, and see if anybody is going to offer to buy you coffee. Or you could say, I'm going to manifest the parking space, and see how this is going to play out. Start with something small and see how it's going to materialize in your world. And the more you're going to pay attention to that, the more you're going to look for the evidence. That's exactly what you're going to find. And like I said, what we pay our attention is going to expand. If we are going to look for the evidence of something good and just be in that energy of the curiosity, of the playfulness, the more we want to expect the miracles, the more miracles we are there to to witness. So continue experimenting and know that everything is coming on the right time. That means there is some more work to do. That means you have to grow in the new version of yourself. That means there are still some beliefs that have to be tackled. So keep doing it, and you are going to accomplish everything what you desire. The next question that I had was, if what if my past experiences make it hard for me to believe in what I'm trying to manifest? Again, I just described that. Start with something small. This way you can build that belief that this is happening right for you. And then remember, you do not have to believe 100%, but just keep the corner of your mind open for the possibilities. And that corner of your mind is going to keep you going in the direction. And the more you're going to go and experience some things and searching for the evidence, the more you're going to believe, right? It's interesting, when something drastic happened in our life, we turned into a religion, to the prayers, or we seek the help, and then we are ready to believe in everything. So the idea is, why do not we believe that these invisible forces always working for us, and they are working in our favor, even though we are just consciously creating something. So remember the power of our thoughts, the power of our words, the power of our action. Everything matters. And the more we learn how to direct our energy, how to stay laser focused on something, what we want to create, the better results we are going to see in our life. So I advise everybody continue on this beautiful path, because manifestation is a lifestyle, right? So there is no rush in that, because in our society we so tend to want to have this fast results. Okay, if I ordered today on Amazon, my package is going to arrive tomorrow. This is the society we are living in. If my head hurts, I'm just gonna take the Tylenol and I'm gonna feel better right away, right? So we are not trained how to have that patience, but patience is part of this beautiful journey. Embrace every moment of this journey and understand there is work to be done. The time has to pass. But if you are not going to do anything about it today, 5 years from now, you're going to be looking back and say, how come I'm still where I am, where I was 5 years ago? I did not really move, I did not progress. That's because probably you didn't make the decision that you want to do that. That's because you did not put the right work that you wanted to do. That's because you did not believe that it's possible for you. And there are many, many excuses that people always find. I do not have time. I do not have money. I have to first see when my kids are going to grow up. Just remember, we are always waiting as humans. We are always waiting for the conditions and circumstances to change, but it works the other way around. First, we have to change. First, our inner energy has to change, and that's exactly how it's going to project to the outside and to have these beautiful outcomes that we are expecting. And one more question that I received, and I do not see any more live questions, but maybe if somebody is going to have them later during the replay, I will definitely answer them. The last question that I got was, how much do you charge for your session? Well, first of all, I am not doing any one time sessions. I have the programs. And the way I look at that, I do not look at it as spending money. I look at it as investing in yourself. And this is the concept that a lot of people were not even introduced to. We are okay to spend money on vacation. We are okay to put the money for other needs, right? But we do not know what does it mean to invest in ourselves, because again, a lot of times we put ourselves last, and especially it comes for women, right? Because we have to take care of our kids, we have to take care of everybody else, and then if there is any possibility, then we take care of ourselves. But now we are relearning that, right? We are relearning that pattern, and we know that first we have to take care of ourselves and then everybody else. And for that, we are learning what it is to invest in yourself, because this is the investment that's going to pay off for many, many, many years to come. So I'm just giving you the example when I decided to go and receive my life coaching certification. I just found the school that I want to go to. I found that institute. I just felt intuitively that this is the place for me to go. And I did not even question how much it's going to be, because this was my burning desire. When I was having that session, I knew already that I'm going to enroll. So I did make that fast decision. And remember, successful people make quick decisions and they hardly change them. That's what distinguishes successful people from the average person who is going to put all the reasons why they cannot do something. So give yourself permission, right? If you want something, if you're really ready to be coached, just talk to me. Talk to me. I'm not going to force you to do anything, but just have this conversation. And so I have different kind of programs. I have 6 months programs. I'm not working with anybody less than 6 months, because that's the time when you start to see the results and you start to see the transformation. I have a year-long program, and I have different other customized program. Depends on what exactly you're looking for. We have to have the conversation. I have to assess your situation, and that's exactly what I'm offering. I also have the manifestation membership for somebody who just wants to test and see if this is for them. I also have it because I want to support as many people as possible, and I do not want anybody to feel that I cannot afford it. And again, it's all in our heads. Whatever is our priority is in life, that's exactly how we are going to show up in life. And I just want you to watch again this hot sessions. If you missed anything, do these practices. But what is distinguishing when you're just doing it on your own versus with the support with the coach? First of all, it's information doesn't equal transformation, right? Just because we are consuming the information, it doesn't mean we are going to incur the changes, because our old paradigms, our old belief system is going to pull us where we are. So the only way for us to have the transformation is to have the implementation, meaning to have that structure of support, meaning to have the system that generates the result. And I do have that proven system that generates the results for everybody who's working with me. And it also generated results for other people. So the point is, when you partner with somebody, if it's me or anybody else, but I strongly advise you to really talk to the coach, because coach is going to take you through the system if they have one, right? It's going to be the proven system. That's exactly what I'm teaching. And also the accountability, that's the biggest piece, because if we are on our own, we always find the excuses why we are not going to do that. We always look for other priorities before we actually prioritize ourselves. And I'm going to keep you accountable. Another great way why you want to partner with the coach, for instance, with me, like I mentioned, I have the gift that in the conversation that we are sitting in the session, I'm downloading your next steps. What exactly do you have to do in order to tap to that vision that you decide for yourself? Why it's also important to be with the coach? Because it's easy to sidetrack if anything doesn't come out the way you want, if you have any setbacks, if you have any failures. But if you have somebody by your side who is not buying your story because it's your story, but I am not going to trust that story because I'm going to give you many, many, many evidences that it works for other people. So it's going to work for you as well. And the other piece is like the last piece, the time. You will have that shortcut in order to create the success and the results that you want. Because if you are going by yourself without having the system, it's very difficult. And when you have the system, that's exactly when you arrive at your destination in a faster speed, right? Because time is something that even money can't buy. So that's exactly what I wanted to come today and talk about. And please, what I'm doing right now, I'm actually putting the workbook together with all the fun work that we were doing here. And I'm also going to include the inspirational quotes. And you're going to have everything in your workbook, and I am just compiling it. So if this is something you are interested to receive from me as the gift, just comment workbook in the comments, and I'll put you on the waiting list, and I'll email you the book as soon as it's ready. So just comment workbook, and commit to yourself. Just decide for yourself that this time around, you are not going to sidetrack, you are not going to delay, because all we have is today. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is not guaranteed, but today is the day that we want to decide for ourselves. Because if it's not you, then who? And if it's not now, then when? I want to leave you with that note. I love you so much, and see for more different things that I'm coming up with. I decided to go now weekly on this kind of things. Either this is going to be Q&A or it's going to be some type of teaching session, but I celebrate each one of you, whoever is listening to it, whoever is taking it seriously, and whoever is ready to put the work in. Because remember, when we put the work in, we see the results. Love you all and see you soon. Bye.